do the honor to get your questions in a bowl and good luck. Thank you. You may read out your question for yourself. Sorry.
Shout.
It's a prank.
Shout out
So I
pagkanahan.
believe it's question number 5.
Wax.
Question number 5 or change
Number.
number 5?
Dali blur.
Question number 5. So here is your question. There's no time limit on it, so you may use the time for you to express as well your opinion, your thought, and yourself with this question.
Gabahan niyo. Yung mo
There
siya
you go. Thank you
kafam.
very much. Please stay on this side.
Kafam.
There you go.
Kana ba?
You want on number 3? Your question is, over the years we lived in such a vulnerable world where actions and world destructs our inner peace. If you could eliminate one emotion from the LGBTQIA+ community's experience, which one would it be and why? Once again, over the years we lived in such a vulnerable world where actions and words destruct our inner peace. If you could eliminate one emotion from the LGBTQIA+ community's experience, which one would it be and why?
It would be jealousy. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just discrimination, criticism, or judgment on the people that we are suffering in our community, especially trans women. But one thing that we are proud of is our dividedness, because we hate one another. Hating one another, jealous to one another are the reason why we are divided. Yes, discrimination still remains approachable, and we have had milestones in order to achieve our penultimate goal in life. But without unity, we will not stand a chance to achieve what we want in life, and that is acceptance and inclusivity in our society. Because I believe, as what Martin Luther King Jr. said, that hate cannot drive out hate. Only light can do that. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only love can do that. So let us all be an agent of light and love so we can create a more just and equitable society. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We want number 3. Moving on is now to our next semi-finalist. We want number 5.
Sopa.
Please as well take your question in the bowl. And we also would like as well to say thank you to our dear Mommy Marla Super Soft who crafted, who created these questions for our top 12 semi-finalists. And your question is question number 8.
Question sa taha. Tasan. Kita question.
Your question is, if you were given the power to change one major historical event involving the LGBTQIA+ community, which one would you choose and how do you believe it would alter the present? Again, if you were given the power to change one major historical event involving the LGBTQIA+ community, which one would you choose and how do you believe it would alter the present?
Thank you so much for that very historical and wonderful question. If I were to change one major historical event involving the LGBTQIA+ community, that would be the Stonewall Uprising. This happened in 1979 in New York City, where the LGBT community uprised through the brute force of the police in New York because they were discriminated. They were not allowed to express who they are, and that is such a big discrimination to our humanity as LGBTQIA+. Yes, we are different, but we are also just like you. We are human beings. We have basic rights, and everyone should enjoy basic equality and opportunity just like you, because we are all human beings. Ladies and gentlemen, it is such a momentous event, but there was blood spattered on that day, and I don't want blood to be spattered because that is such a very
Moving on to our third semi-finalist, we welcome number 6.
Diwata Paris daw.
If you want number 6, please repeat your question audible and good luck.
I will pick question number 6 as well.
Question number 6.
Very good.
If you could communicate with an alien civilization, what profound message would you convey about the existence of homosexuality here on Earth? And what attributes would you highlight to make them understand our kind? Again, if you could communicate with an alien civilization, what profound message would you convey about the existence of homosexuality here on Earth, and what attributes would you highlight to make them understand our kind?
Go Iska. Yato.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Every trans you may see in this very nice stage came here to offer their unique individual traits. And call different types of hurdles is to do nothing but the best for the show tonight. I believe if I could talk with one alien about alien civilization, what profound message that I would like to convey, that would be, we are all existing. Ladies and gentlemen, despite of those like negativities we get as a part of the LGBTQI+ community, we should stand tall and we should know our worth. We should always remember one thing, that you are humans and we feel the same emotions. That's why I'm going to tell to this alien that just like you, we are also existing. Good evening.
Thank you. We want number 6. And moving on as well to our next semi-finalist, we want number 7. And good luck. Your question will be question number 3. And your question is, in a world where everyone's memories could be erased at will, what would you like to wipe out from humanity's memories, and what would you rather want to stay and be preserved? Again, in a world where everyone's memories could be erased at will, what would you like to wipe out from humanity's memories, and what would you rather want to stay and be preserved?
Thank you. I am a transgender woman, and I always take it as a challenge to make my life more productive and more efficient. I am a believer of positive change, and if there is one thing I would like to erase from the memories of the people regarding the past, that will be hate and envy. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to understand that the rainbow community has this issue, and that is divisiveness. We are not united. It is because we want others to feel like we don't exist. We are pulling each other down, all the members. It is because we are comparing with one another. Who is the most beautiful? Who is the richest? And who is the sexiest among us all? And that is so wrong. I would like to eradicate that. It is because the reason why we exist is because we project our true character. We are all unique with our own kind, with our own image. And I would like to project that to every one of us. Because no matter where you came from, and no matter what gender identity you have, you will always be the main purpose existing in this world. Let us all not compare with one another, because after all, what we have inside
True.
is something that we can project to the world of who we really are. We inspire other people to be true to themselves as well. Because if you are true to yourself, you can conquer the whole world. And being true to yourself, you are inviting positivity and positive change. Because after all, you may not be the most beautiful creature in this world, but still we can showcase love, respect, and gain our own identity. And that is one thing I would like to preserve and stay in our humanity. Daghang salamat.
Maraming salamat. Diwata number 7. Moving on to our fifth semi-finalist, Diwata number 8. The first piece is picked. Your question number and the And your question is, question number 12. Your question is, an opinion would say that the benefits of the internet rely primarily on its users. How would you make sure that your fellow LGBTQIA+ community members are on the positive side with so much consideration of the future within our community as a whole? Again, an opinion would say that the benefits of the internet rely primarily on its users. How will you make sure that your fellow LGBTQIA+ community members are on the positive side with so much consideration of the future we think of our community as a whole?
Thank you, and ngayong gabi, when every medium or media has its negative and positive arena, I think that we should always believe to an opinion, whether it would say that these internet users primarily relies on its users, or us, because we are users of internet. But I think what I could say is that our LGBT should shed light the positive side of it. Every day, every time, we're always bold. We're always confronted with prejudice, hate, and discrimination, may it be physical or online or internet. But I hope that each and every LGBT, not just the LGBT, but us humans, should always take it, but always use it to be resilient. We know that we fall back, but we know how to rise up. And even though that those words can hurt us, everyone can hurt us, but us, we can hurt them. And we can spread compassion, understanding that the safe space doesn't only rely here in this world, but also beyond that, and that is in the internet. And I hope that all of us users are safe and that we use internet in a positive side, because no one deserves to be negative. No one deserves to be confronted with discrimination. After all, we are all equal. And that being said, I, as a member of LGBT, would take lead with inspiring people that we should use social media responsibly. Maayong gabi and salamat kayo.
Thank you very much. Our semi-finalist number 5, Diwata number 8. Let's move on as well and invite our 6th semi-finalist, Diwata number 10. Shine Being. There we go. Thank you very much as well for dressing me tonight.
Yes, you look candidate number 22.
Big now. Anyhow, Diwata number 10, good luck.
I pick question number 1.
Question number 1. And your question is, if you had the power to eradicate a deeply ingrained societal norm, which one would you choose and how would you promote the change to ensure that the LGBTQIA+ community will never experience such things in the future? Again, if you had the power to eradicate a deeply ingrained societal norm, which one would you choose and how would you promote the change to ensure that the LGBTQIA+ community will never experience such things in the future?
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I grow up in a society where the LGBT community are the center of discrimination. And I myself, standing in front of you tonight,
I want to eradicate those criticism. I know all of you experience criticism, and I really wanted to, as transgender woman, I really wanted to fight for our rights to live each day free from all distractions and discriminations that we live as a human. I believe that if really the government of the Philippines are flexible enough to support the SOGI bill, the SOGI equality bill, the SOGI equality bill are the fundamental rights of every person, regardless of your gender identity and sexual orientation. So I should say that if the really government of the Philippines are flexible enough to support SOGI bill, then definitely we could have a country that best for everyone. Not just for us, LGBT community, but also for entire humanity. Maayong gabi.
Thank you. Diwata number 10, our semi-finalist number 6. And we also would like to invite our second semi-finalist, Diwata number 11. Ms. Reina Montesilio. Good evening. And please do the honor to pick your question tonight. That will be question number 4. Your question is, generative artificial intelligence has been the trend since the onset of the Industry 4.0. While we cannot go against the massive change brought about by globalization, what advice would you leave your fellow LGBTQIA+ community on the balanced utilization of generative AIs or artificial intelligence and genuine human interventions? Again, generative artificial intelligence has been the trend since the onset of the Industry 4.0, when we cannot go against the massive changes brought about by globalization. So what advice would you leave your fellow LGBTQIA+ community on the balanced utilization of generative AIs and artificial intelligence and genuine human interventions?
Okay, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the artificial intelligence has two sides and two impacts on the society. One is a positive and the negative impact. As a transgender, what we can do to the LGBT community is continue to read books because I always believe that knowledge is power. And in that, we cannot always imply, we cannot always look up to the internet about the AI intelligence. We would always look up to ourselves. We should study more because I believe that ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Diwata number 11, our semi-finalist number 7. And moving on as well to our semi-finalist number 8, Diwata number 13.
Kinabet ba?
And please do pick your question in the bowl and good luck. You pick question number 11. Your question is, if you were the curator of a time capsule that would be open in 1,000 years, what items or information about LGBTQIA+ community would you include to give future generations a comprehensive understanding of our current era? Again, if you were the curator of a time capsule that would be opened in 1,000 years, what items or information about LGBTQIA+ community would you include to give future generations a comprehensive understanding of our current era? Alright, so once again, a gracious evening to each and everyone. So thank you so much for that very long question, so I should answer that one right away. So if I would be given a chance to relay or a message, and also if I would get I will read the message. If you were the creator of a time capsule that would be open in 1,000 years, what items or information about LGBTQIA+ community would you include to give future generations a comprehensive understanding of our current era? I know that all of us here, we tend to forget ourselves into an illusional mentality.
where most of our brothers and sisters in the rainbow community are afraid to go out of their cells because of the judgment and criticism of the
Di pa
people
ko
around
kataw.
us. But something that I would like to put in that time would be, despite of all those things that happens to us, we are resilient. We, the member of the LGBT community, would always have the message that the virtue of resiliency. Despite of the judgment, criticism, but always remember, ladies and gentlemen, that we don't depend on the validation of other people. We should always have to put in mind, we should always bear in our heart that despite all of those things that criticize you, always remember, if you have a good will and if you have a good heart, everything will have a legacy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Diwata number 13. And I also would like to invite you to join me here, Diwata number 15, our 9 summit finalists. There you go. And please do the honor as well and pick your questions coming from that ball and good ball. And you pick question number 9. Your question is, if you were to design a utopian society, what fundamental principles would you incorporate to ensure harmony and prosperity for all genders, including the LGBTQIA+ community? Again, if you were to design a utopian society, what fundamental principles would you incorporate to ensure harmony and prosperity for all genders, including the LGBTQIA+ community?
Good evening, everyone. As a transgender, when we say utopian society, means creating a perfect world where everyone is everything. And the challenge to keep this balance for everything is to ensure harmony and prosperity. And I would like to incorporate inclusiveness, respect, and love for all. And also, I would like to ensure all of us, wherever to be entitled, what makes the nest happy together. And I will always also give everyone to grow the way we are. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you very much, Diwata number 15. Moving on to our next semi-finalist, Diwata number 16.
Hello, my name is Satana.
Good evening as well, and good morning.
I have chosen number 10.
Question number 10. Your question is, digital sex work is rampant nowadays online that involves some of our LGBTQIA+ members. So what can you say about the proliferation of online sex work amongst our community? Again, digital sex work is rampant nowadays online that involves some of our LGBTQIA+ members. So what can you say about the proliferation of online sex works amongst our community?
Thank you. This is the sad reality that we all can't deny. This is one of the disadvantages of some people are taking advantage of. But what I can say about the proliferation of online sex involving our community is that in any way, anyhow, I am not in a position to judge, condone, or even lead them. We may only see what these people are doing, but we never know where are these people are coming from. But I only see one reason why they're doing this. They're doing this because for their families, their future, their loved ones, and with all the things that was being deprived of them. For that, who am I to judge? I do not recommend such acts because we are better than this. always want to show our dreams, our hopes to never die. Let us all be dignified with the decisions that we make and the actions that we take. Because I only see that one step at a time. And you will only be able to see that you don't have only one life to live, but you have a bunch of possibilities and dreams that you can be. After all, ladies and gentlemen, always remember this. There will always be a bigger reason that only a bigger person can understand. My reason.
Number 16. Let's call in our next semi-finalist, Diwata number 18. Dami ng show.
Kato siya.
And you pick question number 2. And your question is, LGBTQIA+ community members are known to be outrageous, open-minded, and vocal when it comes to social media interactions or people they meet online. So how would you balance the need for privacy and security in a world where technology enables constant surveillance? Again, LGBTQIA+ community members are known to be outrageous, open-minded, and vocal when it comes to social media interactions or people they meet online. How would you balance the need for privacy and security in a world where technology enables constant surveillance?
Thank you so much for the great question. Well, I believe that technology and social media has given a lot of opportunities, not just from the LGBT community, but as well as from the all genders out there. However, the question goes like this: how would you balance the need for privacy and security in a world where technology enables constant surveillance? Okay, we cannot deny the fact that some of our fellow LGBT members are acting like they don't care what people may say to us LGBT members. Like there's a war, there's a violence, there's a competitions. Every competitions happen to your friend. We posted it online, and people from the straight community do really think that we, the LGBT community, are not really united as well. So my message to my fellow LGBT members is that we should act like a professional, because respect begins respect. How can people from the straight community respect us if we can even respect ourselves? In order for us to attain the respect that we need, then it takes two to tango. We should always put in our mind that proper decorum is a must. And I am here encouraging to all of you that we must be united as one. Because in order for us to be able to achieve that equality, contributions from individuality from the LGBT community is important. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, together we rise, divided we fall. United we dream, united we achieve. So let's encourage the government to pass the SOGI bill by putting ourselves a good example and let ourselves can be convincing from the other people. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Diwata number 18. Ladies and gentlemen, to complete our semi-finalists, let's also welcome Diwata number 21. And save the last question for this evening. And that is question number 7.
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone's still well-being. I will be your last candidate for tonight. And thank you so much for gracing us tonight.
Thank you very much as well for gracing this evening on your beauty and your sexiness. And of course, Diwata number 21, your question is, if you could create LGBTQIA plus community, what would you call it? And what emotions or concepts would it represent? Again, you could create a new color that has never been seen before and would represent the LGBTQIA plus community. What would you call it? And what emotions or concepts would it represent?
Good evening once again, and thank you so much for that mind-boggling question. If I could create a color that has never been seen before, I would probably name that color after myself, and that is ADA. A-D-A. 3 letters. Simple, but very meaningful. This shade will color the sounds of silence. We have never seen the color of sounds before. That is why there are a lot of voices that remained unheard, and a lot of words that stayed unspoken. But if we could color these voices, we would not need to hear them before we see it. And by simply looking at this color, we know that there is someone out there who is in dire need of our help. Someone who is struggling with her own battle cry. And I will create this color because I would like to end this lifelong Jew struggles. Because we will be there to help, to be the ears, to be the voice, and to be their backbone. My name, my color, will be the color of strength, compassion, and the voice for change. Together,
Si
we
Kuan,
can all walk
si
as
Maria
one
Carla
until
Boscono.
no one will be left behind. And who knows, this color will be your Diwata sa Cebu 2024. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you very much, Diwata number 21. Ladies and gentlemen, how about another round of applause to our beautiful and smart candidates? And of course, we have just